That's right. Yes, Mamas Papas, of course it is. So just so I can set up the board and then do the teach. So you've got 2 stacks of cards here. So if you just help yourself to 2 Papas and 2 Mamas.
Everyone?
Basically, this is your kind of choice to set up. So just keep it in your hand. We won't choose them yet, but basic components here. What you'll see is you've got normal workers. You'll start with. This is so annoying. This is the official one, but it's not like automated. You should start with 3 workers in your thing. So where am I? White.
Do we start with the grande worker?
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. So you'll be choosing 1 mama and 1 papa. All the mamas will give you at least 2 normal workers, and all the papas will give you the 1 grande worker, and then you'll have variations on cards or money or whatever.
So do we just put these guys on our board, or where do we put these people?
Yeah, so when we choose, so for example, if I were to be choosing, and I'll go through the game first before you actually choose, but I might want to choose this mama and, I don't know, let this papa, and then that would mean I would get 2 normal workers, and when you have workers, they go into a little pile here, and then I have 1 grande, and then I would take the cards, and then on this one I would get the 4 money and the grande worker, and then it would be a choice of doing that structure, which is an irrigation, or having the money.
Okay.
All right, so if I remember, when you start, we all get to choose from the first player. So let me just check that. Game board set up, each player.
But we don't turn our cards over yet and choose our workers. We wait to the right phase for that, right?
Yeah. I'll just go through the game and then we'll choose, otherwise you won't know what to choose, right?
You're talking.
It's a random. Can you hear me all right?
You're talking in game. There we go.
Okay. Don't know what's happened there. I must have pressed the button. Right. Okay. So, yeah, this is Viticulture. We're going to be making wine. To win the game, a lot of time you'll be efficiently turning wine that will be sitting on your fields, which are great as kind of vines, which are generally green cards. You'd be putting these out. In order to put these out, you'll often need structures, either irrigation or trellis. This one here needs a trellis. It will show a symbol for irrigation if it needs it, or both if it needs both. You'll be doing this through the actions through the different seasons. This spring season here is where you put the wine on the boards, so you can. Sorry, it's a different version. So this one is where you can pick up cards. There for a 4-player game, I do believe we have the 2 spots. This one is for 5 and 6. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 spots. First person to go there gets to draw 1 card plus another. First person to go there gets the bonus and so forth. And that.
So let me guess. Someone will have to go there before someone can go there.
Nope. It's just first come, first serve. Get in there. The reason they've got it kind of slightly differently because you can play this 2-player, and then if it's 2-player, only the left-hand side one is available. But I'm pretty sure in a 4-player, you've got two spaces.
Okay. I see.
I'll double check that before we actually start. Okay, yeah. So that's to draw the green cards, and when you draw cards, they kind of go into your hand. You've got a hand limit of 7, if I remember. And then, so this one is to get money, and you can give a tour. On your board, you've got a tasting room, and if you go there, then you can also get a point if you've got some wine in your cellar. And I'll go through what grapes and what have you in a minute.
Quick question. So these are worker placement spots, and then if do you have to fill them from left to right?
No, you can just go like that. So you can jump in there first, grab 3 coins. Nice one.
Okay, I got it.
Go there, grab there 2 cards. So yeah, first come, first serve for those 2 spots. Just as far as until I check, you ignore that right hand side one because I'm pretty sure it's only for 5 and 6 player. So get money, build structures. Like we said, when you've got various structures on your own personal kind of farm, if you like, your vineyards. trellis, and irrigation
Wait, does
are the
this
main.
mean you get to draw 2? Because like these
Yep,
have a
that's exactly.
certain.
These are all
Okay.
bonuses. Yeah, exactly. So this means instead of planting 1, you plant 2. This here, instead of playing 1 yellow card, you plant 2 yellow cards. Exactly, everyone's got a bonus wherever you go. Instead of drawing 1 purple card, you draw 2 purple cards. So yeah, going first is quite nice. And I'll look at that at the end. I'll go through all the bits first. So yeah, building structures, this one, you probably want to go there, get 1 coin, and then you'd spend money to build a structure, and the cost of the structures are all on your personal board. I was just saying the irrigation and the trellis, they're mostly for the symbols on the green cards. So this one needs a trellis. That would cost 2 to build that. So you'd need to build that trellis before you can plant that syrubine. The other buildings on there?
If the Papa has like a structure, does that mean I can build it for free?
Yep. When you first start. So the one I chose here, that gives me an irrigation, which is, let's have a look, irrigation. That goes onto my board, and I start the game with that. Nice one. I only have to build this one to build most things.
So do you
Yeah, does
get
that make
the
sense?
3 for irrigation, or is that the payment required to build it?
No, so you can
This one.
for these
I mean
kind of
this one.
starting. Yeah, for these starting cards, I've got a choice here. I build it for free, or I get €2 or whatever you call it, 2 lira. Yeah.
No, I don't. I
Either
mean
or.
these ones. Like, is this the cost required to build a structure normally?
Yeah,
Is that what?
that's what I was just saying. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Literally
Okay.
saying that one. So yeah, you go there. If you get a little bonus from the space, and then you build whatever structure you want if you've got the money for it. So as we said, trellis is 2, irrigation is 3. You've also got this windmill, 5 lira. If you build that before you start planting, then you'd get 1 point for each vine that you plant. So that's nice little. This one, it lets you get extra cards during the kind of one of the phases. This one is that tasting room where if you can play that and have money, if you have wine in here, then you get extra points. This one's an extra placement. That's kind of your own little harvesting one, because there's a harvest space later on in the season and gets full up. That's quite a handy one if you're worried about not being able to do that. So those are all the buildings that you can build on your personal board, and that's that space. I'll come back to this one at the end. This one's a kind of mini game. It's basically a little kind of area control, but just I'll concentrate on the main game first. And then once everyone's done, so you go all the way around, and then people are put workers out, but you don't have to. You can kind of pass, and then once everybody's passed, and what we'll note to say who's passed by having our roosters here, and say like blue will go pass, they go there, and then that kind of says that they've passed to the summer, and then we'll keep going around, and maybe like wants to go again and so forth. They've got another worker, I don't know, they'll go here or whatever, and then it'll, they've got it, then they can pass. So then their rooster would go kind of, maybe they were here.
So the
They
season
would go
system
forward.
is similar to like how Everdell does the season system, if you've played that.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Mhm.
And then it comes round once everyone's passed for that season. And this is so that was spring. This is summer. Again, I need to check when you get this reward. I think it's at the end of the season you get the reward that's
So
on here. I might be wrong.
This is for like the last player to go.
No, so at the beginning of the game, we'll see who goes first, and then they get to choose which one they want to go on. So this one's cool because you get an extra worker, and this is the only way in order to end up having first choice where to go next time. But the problem is you're going to be last. So does that make sense? You have choice at the beginning to determine turn order. So yeah, you would get that
Makes
worker
sense,
for
yeah.
the year.
Yeah, so you're basically trading off more perks for going later in the turn.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly. As you can see, you go first, but you get bugger all perks. Yeah. All right, so coming into the summer, we've got play yellow cards. Yellow are visitors. These kind of are ways to break little rules, get extra points, get some money. They do what they say on the card,
Oh, so
essentially.
these cards are locked to certain seasons.
Yes,
So
exactly.
if you look at the board, each column is visually like a different season. Like look at the winter over here with like the snow. So that's kind of cool. I didn't notice that until you started describing the game. That's really cool.
Oh, nice. You tend to find that these yellow ones will help you do these actions as well, kind of more efficiently, maybe. They'll be concentrated more of kind of the early game, I find. So for getting these green cards out into your fields easier, more efficiently, getting more money because money's really tight at the beginning of the game. So that's those yellow cards. That's to play them. Obviously, to get them is you can come here or come out there.
So the plus symbol always represents it going into your hand, right?
Exactly. And then without a plus symbol, it means you're playing it, and they'll usually say. So these ones here, plants. So maybe that first round, you've picked them up into your hand. Cool. Now you get to plant them. Maybe you've done some building.
Is this the only way to get yellow cards? Like these three?
Let me have a check. Yeah, that's essentially it. There's this building, the cottage, where you can draw extra ones as well each fall. So yeah.
Are there any cards that allow you to draw more cards?
Yes, though there'll be some of them say you can swap cards for other cards and stuff like that, or pick up, or
Okay,
sell a grape.
Basically, yellow cards are rare.
Oh, and sorry, the other place as well is this one here, which is trading. I'll just talk about planting before I go into trading. So planting, yeah. So again, just checking you've actually built the building before you plant. The value on the one is how much you can go up to. So a 5 can take up to 5 worth of grapes. So this one's a 2. So I could put it there on this one, and that means I've got space for 3 worth of grapes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a further round. Let's have a look. I've got some of these. I could technically, if I built an irrigation, so where's that gone? I could then put this one. That's that full then, right? That's 5. This one needs both. That one can go into there. I would have space for 2. There's nothing to stop you mixing. So you could have a 4 and a 2 and a 3 and then a 4.
What is the 5 for? Like, do you get that 5?
So the reason it says kind of 5 lira, so that's up to 5, and then that brings me up to the next one, which is trading. So you can trade any one of these for any one of the other. So you could trade 1 point to get 3 lira. You could trade 3 lira to get 2 cards. This symbol is for grapes. It's different from the finished wine. Grapes are the little glass tokens. Where the fuck are they gone? Lira, 5 lira. Oh, here we go. Grape tokens. Nice one. So grapes, you'll get these when you're harvesting, and I'll show you this in a later one. And they will be in here, and then eventually you'll turn them into wine. Essentially, you're harvesting, then you're making wine. Yeah. So, but yeah, a grape symbol is any one of the ones in this kind of area down here in this crush pad. So yeah, this one here, you could sell a level 1 grape or higher, get rid of that, and then you could take a point, 3 lira or 2 cards. There you go. So it's a trading one. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll come on to that in a minute at the end. I said that, yeah. This one, buy one or sell a field. So maybe you're just concentrating on 2 fields and you want a bunch of cash. You flip that and you get the 7 lira or the 6 lira or the 5 lira, which one you want to sell.
What if it's not full? Like, what if it just had a 4?
You can't sell it if it's full on it. It's got to be empty. And so that means you would have to rip up the vine. So it'd be really inefficient.
No. That's what I mean. Like, if it only had a 4 and you sold it, and remove that.
No, you need to have it empty before you sell it.
Oh,
so
okay, I see.
It's a decision. Yeah. All right. Okay, so yeah, that's extra. Get some money and sell one of the fields you don't think you're going to use. So move to the next season. we'd get our bonuses and so forth on here. So this one here is purple cards. So purple cards are.
Before you do that, let's wait for Oracle to come back. She said,
Oh, is she gone? Is she?
in the chat. Yeah, she should be back in a bit.
Okay, no worries. I'm just gonna go get some water. Just a second.
So far, I think I get most of it. This one's
I
a cooking to
think-
learn. It seems.
But I'm
which is
pretty
nice.
sure the board is a bit glitched though. But like I see discard repetition all over the place.
What's repetition? Where?
No. Like, do you see like random cards in your tokens?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, I think the board is a bit glitched. Like this worker. Do you see a card in this worker?
Yeah, I do. But maybe that's because somebody didn't join as yellow. Maybe if they turn yellow, it fixes. Oh well. Doesn't matter.
Actually, no. But Stu's is also glitched. I mean, Stu doesn't see it because I've seen this before. It's only for other players. Like the host never sees this, but like Stu's cottages has a card in it.
That's okay. I'm just gonna read
Like
over this
ours,
real quick.
yours and mine's are fine, but like, I mean, actually, I think it is fine for us. Yeah. Like even Oracle's only has like a discard reputation in her field. Other than that, it's fine.
See, now I want to open a bottle of wine, but it's only 11:40 a.m. here, so I'm not gonna open a bottle of wine while I play. But
Yeah, I've got this one at home. They've got like a Viticulture soundtrack for on Spotify. Yeah, exactly. It's nice.
Right.
I like playing this with my wife.
Mhm.
I've got a little extra for it where you take out the normal cards, and it's because it can be quite gamey sometimes with these, where you can get victory points just through doing funny things that don't really have anything to do with making wine.
Yeah.
So I didn't really like that. I like to make sure you have to make wine in mine. So, but I think this is just the standard. So.
Yeah, I started collecting more games about a year ago, and I've been just going down the rabbit hole. I've been addicted,
Oh, yeah.
and I've got like 2 full tall bookshelves now, and so now I'm like, okay, it's time to get on Tabletop Simulator to like stop my buying addiction.
That's
so I can
right.
just play them on here instead.
Or at
for a
least you
little bit.
can check whether you like it or not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been
But,
dabbling in some of that now.
I was really hoping that we get a third for PAX because it's one of my favourites. It's a brilliant game. That.
I hear really good things about it. If
Yeah.
not today, maybe sometime later in the week or next week for sure. That'll be good. There's a couple of really eclectic games that a lot of people haven't heard of that I like as well. Like Saltlands is kind of fun. There's no tabletop simulator for that. Arctic Scavengers is pretty far down on the Board Game Geek list, but that's a good deck builder. La Cosa Nostra is another really good one. They actually have a tabletop simulator for that. That's like a high player interaction, like mafia game where you're doing jobs and stuff. Really
I like
good.
it. One of my favourite ones is I think it is. It's called Corleone's Empire, i.e. The Godfather. I think it's an Eric Lang game. I just love that.
I really like Lang. He makes his games really streamlined. I have Death May Die. I have Blood Rage. Good stuff.
Yeah, I recommend Corleone's Empire. I think it's his best, but it's funny because it's not that well known.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm back. Hello.
Hello.
welcome back.
I don't know if what you might have
Is
missed.
this the non-extended version?
So what did I miss?
that's that over there. Yeah, exactly. That's the non-extended.
But it doesn't even have greens and autumn, like spring and autumn.
Yeah, so the way first player works is different. It's not as good. And what we're missing on this one is the orange bits, but it's cool. So.
Yeah, like that's what I was talking when I said autumn. Anyways, you can continue.
So what did I miss from the explanation?
So I don't know what point you left. I did the buy sell fields. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's where we are,
So next one is purples, which is contracts. So this is basically one of the main ways you get points by fulfilling contracts. So before I actually finish that one off, I'll just do the rest of these because that's how we're going to get to. So we might as well start on harvesting. So on blues, we've got our wine. So we want to turn that into grapes, and that is the main action to harvest. So you harvest one field, or if you go there, you get 2 fields. Nice one. And for this field, we would get 1, 3 grape if we want to do that one. So there we are on the 3. Oh, where'd you put that?
I think
took
you
out
put it
my
on
hand.
the. I think
There
you
it
put it
is.
on the wine. That's
on the grape.
It's
There you
not
go.
wine. It's not wine quite yet.
Cool. And in this one, we'll harvest this field because you can only harvest one field each. Harvest a field once per year. So we'll grab that, and that will be 2 ones because it's 2 red and 4 white. So where's that other one gone? Someone picked another one up then. No worries. I'll grab it.
Very hard to see, by the way, the grapes.
They're a little bit, yeah. They're meant to be glass, I suppose. That's what they are in real life. So that's 2 fields. The other harvest is this one. If you built a yoke, that would be your own spot to harvest 1 field. So again, that can be quite congested at some points. So might be a good idea. I don't know. So yeah, you've turned that into
When
grape.
you harvest, do you remove these 2?
Nope. That's it. They stay there. Yeah. The only way to uproot and get rid of these is building a yoke and uprooting 1-9. That's literally the only place, and it's quite unusual. It'd be quite inefficient, I think, to do that. Okay, so cool. You've got some grapes there now. So what you want to do is make some wine. So literally this one here, make up to 2 wine tokens, or if you go there, it's make up to 3. So this is your.
Sorry to interrupt, but someone can potentially go through an entire game and never get to make any wine because someone might block these action spots, right?
I mean, I suppose so. Yeah. I mean, you had that. What I didn't mention was the Grande worker who breaks the rule. Where's he? If it's ever full, then fear not. The Grande worker can still go there. He doesn't take up a spot.
Oh,
just
okay.
goes like
That makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mention him.
No, it's
there
okay.
You go. So there you go. So making up to 2 wines. So you want to put wine into your cellar. Say we've got this contract that we pulled earlier. So that needs a level 6 blush, which is this one. Unfortunately, in order to get a blush, I would need first a medium cellar. So hopefully I would have built a medium cellar beforehand, so that then I can make wines of this level.
So will a 4 and 2 be a 6?
So a blush, as you can see, you've got a blush and sparkling wine key. So a red, as you can imagine, a red 2 would just go straight into there if I want to do that. Same with a white 4. Again, you need the medium cellar or the large cellar to go that far. But yeah, as you say, a blush is just 1 white and 1 red, and you just add the numbers. So you could go 4 and a 2, and then that makes a 6 blush. Does that make sense?
If you had 2, 3 wines, could you just add them together and use one glass for a 6?
So you mean a 3 white and a 3 red? It has to be one of each for a blush.
No. Like let's say you regardless of the blush, just let's say you had 2 cards.
Oh no, you can't add reds up together. No.
So what if you had 2 cards that said 3 red and another one that said 3 red? How would you?
Then you would need to be higher than that. So you don't have to have that number. You just need it that or higher. So I could, if I had a large cellar and had a 7 blush or an 8 blush, I could fulfill that contract with that wine.
Well, I'm not even talking about the wine or the cellars. I'm talking about like even in the previous season, right? Let's say you had like up here these cards. Let's say you had one card that said 3 red and another card that said 3 red. Would you just put these tokens next to each other here, or would you?
Oh no! So when you're making the wine and that spot's full, you just go low.
So instead of having 3 and 3, you would have a 3 and a 2.
Yep. Yeah.
So you lose a wine. So you lose a wine if that happens.
No. So I mean, it just goes in the one below it. So if there's you make another 3 here, then that would just go into the 1. And then obviously, if there's nothing, if you filled it that much, then you will lose the wine.
Oh, so these are individual sections here. So anything that is 3 or below just automatic, or anything that's 3 or more or 3 or below just fits in here.
Okay. Well, no, not necessarily. So what I'm saying is, if you harvest,
right,
come next year, I haven't got onto that yet, but if the wine stays in your grape or your cellar, it ages, so it will move forward. I was going to come back to the end, but yeah. So, for example, last year you harvested a 2. It aged over into the new season. Come next season, you harvest again. If that 3's full for this field, you just put 1 there instead. The one below it.
Okay.
Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then, so making a blush, you just add the numbers together to make the blush. If it's a red or a white, you just have to use the individual one. So a white 4 would make a white 4. And then the same for the champagne, 2 reds. So this would make a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 champagne. So you'd get 1, 2, and then a 9 champagne. Again, in order to do that, I would need to build a large cellar first.
Do I need a 7, 8, 9 to do this? In total, I mean?
Yeah, because there's no 6, 5, 4 for champagne.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, no worries.
All right.
So that was making. So we're doing harvesting, making, and then so that was drawing the contracts. So new contracts is just as a few examples. We'll bring these out.
So you get both of these?
Yeah, I'll come on to that. Hang on. This one is another place to build structures or do a wine tour. So either get money or build more structures. So I need to build that cellar before I can make the wine. Don't worry, there's one there in that same season. Don't panic. Cool. When everyone's passed and what have you, we'll go on to the winter. And then, okay, so blue cards, very similar to yellow cards, except they'll do more kind of autumn winter actions. So this is the season where you'll be able to hire workers. There'll be cards that let you get extra purple, or maybe they'll let you fulfill more contracts. Good. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff you can do. Yeah, but yeah, have a kind of a read. Age or wine. So when it says age, you just move everything kind of forward or twice, as it says in this one.
So maybe, if you don't if you don't use up wine, it ages in the next season.
It ages.
Like next year.
Yeah, exactly. So in our previous example, say we built a 4 blush and we had a 2-1, and then we have a grape here. Yeah. If you don't use all that, it's all sat at the end of this round. It would all age by 1, 1, 1, 1. Obviously, if this blush was here and you hadn't built a large cellar, it's just going to stay at 6.
Okay.
That's good. At least you don't lose it.
Yeah. No, it's nice. It's a nice game. It's nothing too nasty. So that's that one. You can play 2 of them, or you can gain an extra coin. This one here, train a worker. Again, some blue cards let you train workers for kind of cheaper and stuff like that. And that worker, you won't be able to use it that year. It will just go into your worker pool there and be able to use it next year. That's pretty simple. Pay 4. Here, sell a wine token. So, here it says. So basically, you would get points. So maybe you've got a spare 1 and you don't want it at the end of the game or something. You would get those points for whatever wine token you've got. That's not grapes, remember, it's wine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And here is fulfill a purple contract. So cool. Have we done one of these? Oh, we've got a 6 blush. I'm going to fulfill that. Gives you 3 points, and it'll give you what's called an income. And the income track is here. At the beginning of the game, it'll be on 0 because we're all poor Italian vineyard farmers, so we're all skint. And then that one is, what does it say? 1 on it. 1. So basically, blue will, whoever's done it will move it there. And at the end of the game, they'll get a whole lira of income.
So that income, is that once per season or once
per
per
round? 1 per round.
Per round. So as in season, or just every time it goes around the table.
So no, sorry. So at the end of all of this, so the end of this winter, you'll get your 1 lira, which is what we're about to do now.
So the game doesn't end after the winter then.
No. So it'll go through. It'll basically, you're a race to get to 25 points.
Cool.
And it'll go. We'll get to winter, and then we'll go choose who goes first and all that, and then we go all the way around again.
Cool.
But if the wins are 25, why is the 40?
Because you can go over. you can end up with 35 because you can go, I'm going to fulfill contracts all at the end because I was on 24 points and got looking 9 points.
Does that mean the one who's further ahead on this one?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And so does it end on the end of that person's turn when they complete all their actions, or does everyone else get an extra turn? How does that work at the end of the game?
It ends that season.
Got it.
So you'll finish the season. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. And the one thing I didn't mention was this kind of mini game, which is here. You've also got a one here where you can get stars, and all this is a kind of a mini area control game. I'll have to check what it starts with because I thought this would be automated. You have little stars. Where the hell are the stars in this game? What the fuck? Oh, here, there's a big star here. Everyone's got 6 influence tokens, and then that action here, you'll be able to put 2 out, and then whatever is on this is your reward for putting a star out. The first person to do that will get it. So that's a purple, 1 green. So maybe I would go like this, and then someone else maybe blue would take that action. Come there, and they might want to go here. And if I remember, I'll just double check this now. But whether you get the, I don't think you get the little freebie. So a bit rusty on this one.
Does that happen every year or just that one time?
No, it's just that one time. Just that one time. Yeah, I'm just checking whether it's just the first person or each time someone goes first. It's in here somewhere. Spring action.
I have that card glitch too. There's like cards spawned into my workers.
Oh, all right.
My terrain workers. Maybe when we refresh.
Your workers are fine. This is your workers, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at blue. My green are fine. The green ones are fine.
Yeah, green are fine. Oracle just has 1 on the field. Other than that, it's fine. Yeah,
So
it's on the middle one.
That's about everything, right? I think we're ready to do this.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just checking about the spaces. Build structures. Oh, this is the fucking. That's why I can't find it. It's the original rule book.
Oh,
disconnected?
Did you disconnect?
I disconnected. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
shit.
Stu there we go.
But those
Okay, I'm still in, but it looks like it's